Hi there, Ronnie Wink here. Today we're going to be talking about two Kagan structures, stand up, hand up, pair up, and mix pair share. And the big question, which one should I use? You've heard about stand up, hand up, pair up, and mix pair share, and you know they are different ways to partner up your students. So does it really matter which one you use or what you call it? What is the difference anyway? Well, you're not alone in your questioning. If you look on the internet, blogs, Instagram, Facebook, you'll see that teachers mix these up all the time. In fact, when I first started using Kagan structures, I mixed them up in the classroom all the time. I remember one time in particular, I was telling my kids to do a stand up, hand up, parrot. My principal happened to come in, observe for a little bit, and then he left a sticky note on my desk that told me that I was actually doing a mixed pair share. And so I knew I needed to do a little more research. Well, don't worry, I'm here to help you out as well. I'm going to explain the difference between these two structures today and give you some practical tips and ideas to use both of these structures in your classroom as class builders in non academic ways and also in academic conversations to have a quick, efficient manner to have those academic discourse conversations. Our learning target in this PD is that we will learn the difference between stand up, hand up, pair up, and mix, pair, share so that our students can participate in class building structures and have academic discourse across content areas. So let's start at the beginning. Why are we using the structures? Why use stand up, hand up, pair up, or mix, pair, share? Well, that one's easy. Both of these structures get your kids up and out of their seats. They can be introduced as class building structures because the kids are up, moving, mixing with each other, and they're having fun. But these structures can also be used across content areas to allow students to have academic conversations. It's a great opportunity for teachers to gather formative assessment data as the teachers are walking around listening to students interact. In addition, using these structures promotes social skills as students learn to talk with each other, greet each other, praise and accept praises, listen to each other, make eye contact, and wait for their turn to speak. But why? Why would you, as the teacher, want to use stand up, hand up, pair up, or mixed pair share? Well, our students need to talk and they need to talk in a structured manner. Most of the world does not work in isolation, so we have to begin teaching our students at a young age how to have meaningful conversations with each other and gather different viewpoints. They also need to learn to engage in academic discourse. Look at this picture of these second graders. It is apparent how engaged the students are in sharing their thoughts with each other after partnering up. In fact, if you look at the boy and the girl on the right, they look as if they're trying to convince each other of their own viewpoint. Think about now how intimidating it would be if one of the students was an English language learner and they had to stand up in front of the whole entire class to try to convince each other, the students, about their viewpoint or try to share their opinions. Rather, by doing a quick stand up, hand up, pair up, or mixed pair share, these students can share with each other in a safe environment that lowers their affective filter. It is also important to note that by having your students engage in stand up, hand up, pair up, or mixed pair share, you will have your students talking with partners who are not at their table to get different perspectives and learn to work with many different students. These are just some of the reasons to use these structures. So, are you ready? Let's dig in. Let's start with stand up, hand up, pair up, or as I like to call it, suhupu. In suhupu, the teacher says go, and students know to put their hands up and quickly pair up. Their hands must be high, no T Rex hands, because if they have short little hands, other people can't know if they need a partner. They find the closest partner who is not at their table. The idea here is to get students sharing information with different class partners. Sometimes in the primary grades, teachers choose to allow students to partner up with students who are at their tables, but just not their shoulder partner. The reason for this is that in those primary grades, students rarely work with their face partner or diagonal partner as it is more difficult for them to hear across the table. The idea really is that you want your students to partner up with new friends, not the ones they are used to and comfortable sharing with. We want them slightly outside of their comfort zone. Once they partner up, they put their hands down and face the teacher for directions. The rule here is that partnering is done very quickly and the partner must be close to them, not across the room. There are also no drive-bys. In other words, you cannot avoid a friend who is closest to you just because you had a fight on the playground earlier that day. Once the students are partnered up and facing each other, the teacher can ask a question or give an assignment and then provide ample think time. That think time is very valuable as students learn to process information and prepare to share successfully. Finally, students begin sharing. Now, this is where another structure comes into play. You cannot just do a stand up and a pair up without another structure in place. There has to be a format for students to share. A couple of suggestions are rally coach or time pair share. These sharing opportunities are meant for quick answers, not lengthy discussions. Once your students have shared, there are two options. If you only want your students to speak with one other friend, they should show you an I'm done signal, such as in this picture, the students' hands are on their heads. By doing this, the teacher knows how many students are finished and they can begin wrapping things up. If you have students who are finished sharing and just sitting around waiting for further direction, the opportunity for them to become off task increases. The other option is that once the students are done sharing, they can put their hands back up and find a new partner to share with, thus giving them multiple opportunities to share and hear other students talk. Because the answers they share with each other are short, as soon as they are done, they quickly find another partner and keep going. A student could share with any number of partners, thus hearing multiple answers in one short time period. In this case, the teacher could give the directions that the students must share with a certain number of partners before they sit back down, or alternatively, the teacher can call time at any given moment. Our youngest learners can benefit from this structure as well. One idea is to have them sit down once they've partnered up, which helps control those wiggly jigglies that some little ones can get and helps focus their attention. Let's watch a first grade class do this in action.
Going to share your blue sentence first. Okay? Remind me, when we do a stand-up, hand-up, pair-up, who do we partner up with? Oh, Pearl, tell me again.
The closest person, but not your shoulder partner.
Closest person, but not your shoulder partner. You always partner with your shoulder partner.
You can partner with people at your table, but only not your shoulder partner.
Right, because you don't ever get to partner with them. So, a lot of times, you partner with Ian. So, you partner with anyone closest to you, but not your shoulder partner. Am I allowed to do any drive-bys?
No.
What's a drive-by?
It's where you walk around and you go like that.
And you pass someone.
Yes.
Okay? You go to the closest person. So, whoop, I stand up, and whoop, Lily's my closest. What do we do when we get with our partner?
Say, greet them.
Greet them. How do we greet them?
Good morning. Hello. Or good morning.
Hello, good morning. Okay? Any of the greetings.
Aloha.
All right, and then you turn and wait for Mrs. Montes. I'll give you directions. So you'll find your partner, you greet them, and you turn to Mrs. Montes. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, everybody stand up. Push your chair in.
I'm going with
Push your chair. Oh, Max, I didn't say travel yet. Stand up.
I'm going with
Hand up.
I'm going with
And pair up.
Great.
Greet your partner. Let's go. Right here. Right here. Right here. Right here. There you go. No, you already have a partner. Okay, Elliot. Right here. Yes, we have a partner.
I'm sure you noticed the teacher helping her students partner up in this video. In the primary grades, this is very typical until the structure is internalized. In fact, this happens all the way through junior high and high school. Students oftentimes want to partner up with their friends. Very soon, though, the students will be encouraged to help each other and match friends who don't have partners. Once students have practiced this structure regularly, this will become a very quick and efficient way to partner students. I already mentioned that this structure, as well as all structures, should be introduced non academically first, so that students can learn the rules of the structure before adding in academic content. Since Suhupu is meant for quick, not lengthy answers, some ideas for class building with Suhupu are: list 3 things you see in the classroom, What pet do you have? If you don't have a pet, what pet do you want? What is your favorite food? It could be just about any question you want to have your students sharing. As you can see, they can share anything, but it has to be quick. You would, of course, vary the questions depending upon your grade level. The benefits of this activity is that students will be partnering with multiple partners in the classroom, learning to speak to many different friends, and creating a classroom where a room full of individuals with different backgrounds and different experiences become a caring community of active learners. For academic purposes, you can use Stand Up Hand to Pair Up for just about anything. Any question, instead of calling on one person, have your students stand up and share their answers with each other, and then randomly select students to share out for all to hear. This is a great way to review concepts before a test. This can be used with a lesson wrap up for students to share ideas, or it can even be used as a setup to a lesson to have kids share ideas about a subject before direct instruction. Really, the sky is the limit. The idea is that calling on one student to share only gets one student to share. When you employ a stand up hand to pair up, 50% of your classroom is sharing at any given moment. Wow, that's a lot of engagement. All right, so now how does mixed pair share differ from stand up hand to pair up? The goal here is the same, to actively engage your students by having them stand up and move to share information with their classmates. But mixed pair share is different because music is used. The teacher plays music as the kids walk around the classroom. That is the first rule. They must walk, and they must walk silently. When the music stops, the teacher says pair up or some other signal so that the students will pair up. Again, here, students must pair up with the person closest to them, giving a high five and facing the teacher. They cannot seek out their friend and they cannot avoid anyone. They must partner with the person closest to them. Because the teacher controls the partnering by starting and stopping the music, this structure allows for lengthy responses and sharing. With this structure, our students cannot move to another partner until the teacher begins to play the music again. The teacher is controlling the sharing time. Just as in Stand Up Hand to Pair Up, the teacher needs to clearly state the structures that will be used for students to share, such as Rally Robin or Timed Pair Share, thus ensuring both partners have a chance to speak. Okay, so now let's watch a third grade class use Mixed Pair Share.
Here's what I want you to do really quick. It's gonna go quick. It's literally gonna be like hot potato. Are you ready? Stand up. You're gonna mix around. And here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna tell people, well, what is the effect of that? Ready? Go. Oh. Take your paper with you. Move, Daniel. Move, Tyler. That's why we need to have our step out of the way. Stop. Find a partner. Quick, 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 quick. Find a partner in 3. Naomi, find a partner in 2. 1. Raise your hand if you don't have a partner. Who else doesn't have a partner? I'll be your partner, Lexi. Come on down. All right. She's with Melissa. Yep. Spread out. Okay. Read that and talk to your partner. What is an effect? Everybody say, what is an effect? Oh, that was horrible. Say, what is an effect?
What is an effect?
Yeah, you tell me. What's the effect of people wondering about flying back then? Think about it. People are wondering about flying. So they must be doing something, thinking something, talking about something, right? So what does it lead to? When they think about flying, what does that cause them to do? Talk to your neighbor. What's an effect in that sentence? Go.
As you can see, the teacher was able to control the number of times students shared. She also encourages the students to stay on the perimeter of the tables as they mixed so that there wasn't congestion in the middle of the room. This structure allowed for students to have lengthy responses as students used textual evidence to cite cause and effect. Class building ideas. Tell your partner one thing you did over the summer or over the weekend. So after the teacher plays the music, they find a partner and they share that information. And then the teacher could play the music again and they could share with a new partner. Who is your hero and why? What is your favorite thing to do at recess? Again, this can be just about anything that has a lengthy response and the teacher is controlling the interaction and the number of times that the students share. For academic ideas, mixed pair share can be used whenever you want your students to have lengthy conversations surrounding an academic content area. One way I always use mixed pair share was for students to read their writing compositions and get feedback from their peers. Another idea is to use mixed pair share in combination with metacognitive bookmarks to have students engage actively in their reading. For example, if you're working on the skill questioning with your students, they can use mixed pair share along with the bookmark to find a partner and practice asking questions utilizing the question stems. Older students might be asked to make a connection and fill out this type of bookmark before participating in a mixed pair share to share their connections about what they read with their peers. So that's it. It's that easy. Get your kids up and moving in order to share and have academic conversations with each other. So, which one will you choose? By looking at this chart, it easily explains which structure the teacher should use depending upon the outcomes they want for the student interaction. Short, quick answers, stand up, hand up, pair up. Lengthy answers, mix, pair, share. No music, students move from person to person, stand up, hand up, pair up. Music is played while the students mix so that the teacher can control the number of interactions, mix, pair, share. Students control their movement to new partners, again, stand up, hand up, pair up. Teacher controls the movement to new partners by playing music, again, mix, pair, share. There you go. Whatever you need to have your students sharing with each other, you can look at this chart and decide which structure to use. If you want more ideas or need help implementing these structures in your classroom, reach out. I'd be happy to come out and help. I love to see our students talking. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching this episode of the Curriculum Cafe. Click like and subscribe to join the cafe for more classroom tips from the TOA team.